Hey y'all, and welcome to Judging New Makeup. We sit down together every single Sunday and we go through all the new makeup releases. We look at the makeup that has been announced, things that have been sneak peeked, upcoming launches, and we judge. We don't judge each other. That would not be nice, but we do judge the makeup. We can totally disagree. If I hate something and you love it, guess what? I love it for you. The world would be boring if we were all the same. But y'all, listen, I cannot wait to share my thoughts. I want to hear what y'all are interested in because I don't feel like there's a ton of new products, but there is quite a few things that I'm really interested in, like really interested in, and I would love to hear what y'all think. Of course, we're going to anti-haul some things too because we can't buy everything, but I am super excited. I want to talk about new makeup. Let's jump into it. Rain is launching a new collection. If you missed it, last night I posted a video with the Groovy Garden collection. This is a new launch coming from Ensley Rain. There is a palette, single multi-chrome shadows, loose moon dust multi-chrome shadows, a lip oil, a lip lac, a lip gloss, like a full-on collection from Ensley Rain. I love when they do collections, they do like full collections. It's like full fantasy type of vibes, and I love it. So I did post a video, like I said, 4 looks. I did lip swatches, I did swatches of everything, tried to really show you the shifts. I really think Ensley Rain has a great, amazing formula. I think they're pigmented, easy to work with, really, really beautiful. When I saw the palette, I was so excited because it's like warm. It has that like 70s vibe to it. I just love the theming. I love that we have very light shades, very dark shades. I love that we have mattes and multi-chromes and shimmer, just really, really beautiful. Ode to the free spirit vibes of the late 60s, early 70s with a modern twist. 21 shades with 14 mattes, 5 multi-chromes, one of those being a holochrome and 2 duochromes. It's going to be $69. You can, of course, use an affiliate code. My code is Heather. If you ever choose to use my codes, I appreciate you so, so much. But also, watching my videos is a great way to support me. I appreciate you so, so much for being here. So after your discount code, it will take it down to $62.10. So there are also, like I said, single shadows and loose pigments and lip products launching. So I won't talk too much about it because y'all can watch my video. Again, it's up. I will link it in the description box. The launch date has not been announced yet. I did see that Ensley Rain said on Instagram that it's probably going to launch at the end of February or the beginning of March. So they did give us a couple of weeks notice so that you can decide if you want to shop this one, if you want to skip it. I think that is great to give plenty of time in advance. I just love, and I need to move on. I already have a video on it. I'm like, I love it. Like, I'm so looking forward to playing with it even more. Now, we also have 2 new 9-pan palettes launching from Huda Beauty. I wanted to talk about these because I wanted to hear y'all's thoughts and opinions. It seems like some people love all Huda Beauty shadows. Some people only love her holiday palettes. Some people really like her 9-pan palettes. So I would love to know, do you love her 9-pan palettes? Have you tried them? Do you not love them? Give me your thoughts in the comments because I have tried the Huda palette from 2022, the Empowered, and I liked it, but for the same price, I would rather do Natasha Denona. So I haven't really been tempted to try more Huda shadows. So definitely let me know if I'm missing out on these because right now I'm planning to pass. These are the Creamy Obsessions eyeshadow palettes, 2 monochromatic versatile creamy palettes with ultra pigmented metallic marble cream to powder eyeshadows. So I had cream shadows in that Empowered palette, and they weren't good for me. My deep set eyes that have a lot of wrinkles and crinkles and folds, and that combined with my oily eyelids, like it creased on me. It felt a little heavy. It wasn't my personal like favorite. It wasn't something I'd like to experience again. So I'm kind of steered away from that, but there are 4 different formulas. It says Bounty, Cream to Mattes, Powder Matte Finishes, Cream to Metallics, Topper Finishes, Cream to Marble. I don't know. These are available now, so I will link them down below. They're $32 each, so I just think like, maybe I should sit this one out. I would definitely watch some reviews, but I think for me, I think I'm just going to sit this one out. But let me know, are you super interested? I do like that they came out with one that was more like really cool gray tones and one that's more brown tones. I like that, you know, there are dark and light shades in each palette, but overall, I'm not like feeling like giving Huda my money on this one. Supergoop is launching a tinted sunscreen, and I saw that this is both a mineral and a chemical SPF. Several people had asked in the comments, and I saw that Supergoop made a post about that. This is Protect Tint Daily SPF Tint. It says it is a lightweight, cushiony tint with sun protection and a light buildable coverage with a natural finish. So this says that it's SPF 50, and there are 14 shades for $44 each. And this will be available on the Sephora app on March 4th. So looking at the shades, just to me, it looks like they did a pretty good job, starting with shade 10 Neutral and ending in shade 58W. So it looks like with the lettering, yes, numbers and letters, Heather. It looks like they gave themselves some room to add in more shades, but just looking at the models, it looks like 14 shades is going to cover a good bit. I don't need this. I don't think I would need a hybrid product like this. I really enjoy the SPF I have from Glow Recipe. I would say that's the one that I use kind of the most in the summer, and I just ordered one from the brand Prequel. So I'm not really looking for a product like this right now, but I am sure as long as the formula is nice and it looks nice on the skin, this will probably be a hit, because I do think Supergoop makes some really nice sunscreens. I have used some before and they always feel really, really nice on the skin. So if this is your favorite brand, maybe you could be into this. I will link it down below. I also always list the Instagram pages where I get my makeup news from. All of that's in the description box, and I will put everything in a pinned comment or YouTube shopping if I can as well. But if I have a launch date, I'll put it there too. I try to put everything in the description box. If you're curious about the makeup I have on, but you don't want mystery box spoilers, that's all I'll say, then don't look in the description box. I'm not going to say the makeup I have on just in case, but I will put it in the description box. And yes, I did film it and it will be coming soon. Get ready to judge me, because I did buy this single shadow highlighter face product, whatever, from Too Faced. Let's talk about it, and then I'll tell you why I spent the $30. Okay, this is the Disco Crush Eye and Face Sparkle. Too Faced says it's an innovative glitter formula that you've ever used. The most innovative glitter formula. I need to get it together. This is a shimmer shifting formula. It says it's ultra luxe, and this is the shade Heart Eyes. It is a warm rose gold sparkle, so you can use it on the eyes, the face, the body, whatever. So I was curious about this because back in the day, okay, like back in the day where I was loving makeup, like I can still remember walking into Sephora, buying my NARS blush for the first time, buying my NARS bronzer, like look, when you had to go in store to see all the new, you couldn't just find it on the internet. Like I remember Urban Decay and Too Faced having eye products and just products in general that really were interesting to me. And I remember Too Faced having very sparkly shadows, and it was just always like the gondolas that I was drawn to, and I wanted to look and see. And so when I saw this and I saw like, okay, Too Faced glitter product, it got me. I'm like, okay, and this nostalgia I want to see. Now, Urban Decay had their kind of like moon dust shadows that they've had for so long go like viral again last year. And I think people are like ready for that. Now, of course, I bought both of their moon dust palettes. I thought they were great. I really enjoyed them. My end review was kind of like, these are amazing, but if you have a ton of indie shadows, like these aren't new to you. Or if you've been in the makeup loving life for years and years, they're nothing new, because hello, like I remember in like 6th or 7th grade, my friend having a moon dust shadow. I want to say she had like Space Cowboy, and I was like, it's the most beautiful thing ever. And you know, so it's their moon dust shadows we know and love. So I feel like maybe Too Faced saw that and was thinking, we got to do this. I mean, that would be a quick turnaround for makeup, but maybe they're just seeing what's trending in indie makeup. I don't know. I left the moon dust palettes feeling like these are great, but if you're in the indie makeup world and you have a lot of indie makeup, you don't need these. So I know I probably don't need this Too Faced shadow. I mean, I definitely know I don't need this Too Faced shadow, but also I am curious and nostalgia. I want to see. So I did order it. Listen, I already ordered it. I will get it. I will test it. I will let y'all know what I think, because I had to have it. Like, I had to have it. Okay, I had to have it. Let me know. Were you shopping for makeup? Were you looking at stuff in like, I mean, I'm talking 20 years ago, 2004, 2005, 2006, like 2010, like were you going into Sephora's seeing like what's new, what do they have, like what's calling to me? Because I always was looking, seeing what's new, and this it just gave me nostalgia. Huge congratulations to DeDe Cosmetics for launching the Gloomy Gardens palette. This is the second launch from the brand, or the second palette, I should say. I have this palette. It showed up right before I left for New Orleans, so I'm very excited to get y'all a look up with that and share swatches and everything with you. I really think this is a beautiful color story. So this was sent to me in PR. Had it not been sent to me, I would have bought this. This palette is, or this brand is owned by M. Jones, who I do speak with over on Instagram, really talented creator. This palette is $66. I have a non-affiliated code, Heather, if you want to use it. You can save some money on this one. It's 15 shades, 10 mattes, and 5 duo and multi-chromes. There are also water-activated liners in duos in this collection. They are massive. And then there are like loose, flaky pigments too. And I think the color story of this palette is really cool. I definitely get that gloomy garden vibe. And yeah, I'm excited to share with y'all. We have like purples and grays. Then we have like that orangey peachy column. We have blue, tealy, green type of shades. Really, really pretty. Super excited for the brand to see what they're going to do in the future for this launch. Now, I do believe they are either sold out or they're very close to selling out. And the brand did say that they would open a pre-order if they sell out. So you can definitely check out the site. I will list it down below. And if it's already sold out, there should be a pre-order up. So there have been several things that I have been excited about, right? Like we've talked about some things. I've already said like buying this, like excited. But who knew about Violet Voss? If you asked me to name 100 makeup brands, I would not have thought of Violet Voss. I haven't heard from them. They left Sephora and I just never really saw them post anything. You know, the last thing I can remember them launching is that, I think it was a Care Bears collab, which I was like, okay, that's cute. And they did like this rainbow palette, but I didn't buy it. And I never really felt compelled to buy anything Violet Voss. I had some people say like they didn't like their shadows. Some people say they did. So it was, I never really was like, oh, I have to try this brand. But then this palette popped up on my feed and I'm like, what? What is this? Okay, this is Pretty in Paradise Face and Shadow Palette for $43. Has Violet Voss always been that price point? I don't know why I had it in my mind that they were in like the $20 to $30 palette price point. Anyways, this says, carefully curated collection of shades designed to transport you to the lush landscapes and vibrant colors of tropical paradise. Words mean things. Words have meaning. They have value. You can't just say lush landscape, vibrant colors, tropical paradise when you have peach and like very pale shades. And here's the thing, because I know every time I say something like this, people are like, not everybody wants to look like a clown like you. Nobody wants to put that type of makeup on. Not everybody wants deep, dark, bold colors. I listen, trust, I get it, okay? I don't think everything has to be intense, colorful shades. I'm not saying that. There is a way to do muted tones and earthy tones, and I don't even like earthy tones because like they're literally frogs the color of my shirt that live on the earth. So I'm like, what about this says lush, tropical, vibrant? The packaging is so much more interesting than the palette. The packaging has this gold, like this metallic gold. It looks like it has some rich greens, a mossy green. It looks like there are some like saturated browns. And then we get to the inside and there's one green shimmery shade that looks so, it looks like what I would have seen at the Clinique counter in 2004. It doesn't look elevated, and then to have like it be a cheek palette too, I understand that I'm not the target customer for Violet Voss, but also like, I don't know, the marketing just, it's throwing me off. Like, what, vibrant, lush, tropical, like, no. I think I'm gonna buy this new palette that we saw a little sneak peek of from Danessa Myricks. This is the Groundwork palette, Mauves, Pinks, Berries. It looks like. So last year, the Groundwork palette launched from Danessa Myricks. It was very brown, overall very brown, but it had creams and powders, and people who loved it seemed to love it. And I am intrigued by Danessa Myricks. I really am. Like, her Yummy Skin tint, I love. I know it's not marketed for the oily skin person, but listen, I'm loving it. It's so beautiful. So I'm really curious, like, whenever Danessa Myricks releases something, and knowing how much people loved the original Groundworks palette, I kind of had my eye open. Like, what is she going to do next? I was kind of thinking maybe she would do one that was more like grays, but I'm pleasantly surprised, like pinks and berries and mauves. Now, am I missing shades like this in my collection? No, but I do want to try the Danessa Myricks formula. I am a makeup lover. I am a makeup consumer. I find joy in new makeup, testing new things, trying new formulas, and I love sharing my reviews with y'all. But before I started YouTube, like, I was still buying so much makeup. So I'm curious about her formula. Like, it's the makeup lover in me. I want to test it. I want to try it. So I'm planning to buy this. And I mean, to be able to use it for blush too, I'm intrigued. So I'm going to plan on picking this up when it launches. Yes, I am. And let's also talk about Danessa Myricks is today. Today it should be available. I will link down below the Yummy Skin Water Serum that's supposed to like mattify your skin, and Danessa says it's like perfect under makeup just to make sure your oil does not come through. When I tell y'all I have oily skin, I have oily skin big time, and I live humidity, like in a humid place. So I want to try this. I want to try this. She's also coming out with the balm serum for hydration, and I actually think I'm going to buy that too. I want to test it specifically for days when I'm a little dry around my eye area and just see. I do use Tetranoin every single night. It's what has like changed my skin the most out of anything I've done. I love it. And sometimes when I'm lazy and I forget to moisturize before I go to sleep or what have you, I can get some dryness around my eye area. So I'm thinking that would be a cool product to have on hand for those days. Now, I saw, I think it was Cody J on Instagram had commented on Danessa Myricks photos and said, like, usually when I see products like this, they don't pair well with makeup. They're more skincare. And Danessa Myricks had replied saying, like, this is made for under makeup. It will work under makeup. I'm pretty sure it was Cody J I saw ask that. Please forgive me if I'm wrong, but I do specifically remember Danessa's reply saying, like, no, this will work under makeup. So I am curious. I know it's intended for dry skin people, but I think just for those dry areas, like I said, I love to test new things, so I want to try it. Glossier has released new Cloud Paint bronzers. I'm not surprised at this at all. I believe they're pretty, like, well known for their Cloud Paint blushes. I always get, like, it's hard to get those words out in order for me, but I actually kind of expected this a while ago, so I'm not surprised to see it now. People seem to really like that formula. So these are their Cloud Paint bronzers. Seamless cheek colors and bronzer shades, $22 each. They say they are sheer to blend and layer without going overboard. So Milk had a sheer bronzer like this that I did not love. I really did not like that. I actually want to try it though mixed in with like a lotion or primer. I've heard people doing that and really liking it, getting that like drunk elephant bronzini effect. But because I don't really need like a sheer liquid bronzer, I would say no. I think this is probably going to work best if you're doing very, very light to sheer coverage, something like that. I like light coverage foundations, but I don't need another liquid bronzer, honestly. I have several that I like. Glossier is not a brand that just like really calls to me, and I don't know. Like I would prefer something with a little more pigment that I can blend out, honestly. So I just don't think these are for me. Maybe they do have more pigment than it seems, but I'm not willing to take the risk. So this is one that I can skip out on, but if you were like Glossier is my jam, I am a Glossier type of person, please do let me know. I have these new cream stick blushes from LYS on my Sephora loves list. Very much considering these. This is the Higher Standard Cream Glow Blush Sticks. Intriguing. $20 each. These are going to be available on February 22nd. So I did see these on the Sephora site. All of the shades weren't on the Sephora site yet, but some of them were. So I'm curious if they're only going to get some of the shades and the rest will be exclusive to LYS. Either way, I want to try this because I do like the bronzer stick. I am actually wearing a little bit of it today. I think it's very pigmented, which is great. If you have problems getting products to show up on your skin, LYS, they've got you. For me, it means I don't need a whole lot of product. It is a very blendable bronzer, so I am able to buff and blend, even with it being very pigmented. So I like that. Now, it is easy for me to go overboard, nothing I cannot fix. But if you love pigment, they've got you. So I'm expecting kind of the same thing from the blushes, for them to be very pigmented. But these shades look beautiful, and because I do like the bronzer stick, I'm just intrigued. It says creamy, bring a flush of color to the cheeks, illuminating finish, lightweight, easy to blend. Yeah, there's going to be a warm cinnamon pink, mauve, soft pink, perfect peach, berry plum. Yes, okay. Here, see, I should have just read a little more. Heather, you should have read more. The watermelon pink and poppy orange shade will be exclusive to their site. So Sephora will be getting the other shades. I actually don't know what shade. I'm kind of leaning toward maybe peach. But the watermelon pink looks cute. But I'll probably order from Sephora. But I'll link to both places down in the description box for you. Gerard has launched new blushes. These are available now in Europe, hopefully coming elsewhere later. And these are light, airy, long wear, and it says a comfortable formula. I have to say, it has to be a pretty bad blush to be uncomfortable, but sure, if you want to throw in extra words, okay. So these look really, really pretty. They look very soft on the skin. When I see them on the models, the shades look really pretty. Gerard is a pretty pricey brand, a luxury brand. So I don't know that I need these. Especially, like I just bought the REM blush. We'll definitely test that soon. I'm talking about buying the LYS blush. Like, do I need another blush? Maybe not. Maybe I could say no to these. Maybe. DeDe Signature has launched lip oils. These are kid-friendly, fruit-flavored lip glosses. $10 each, and you can use an affiliate code. My code with DeDe Signature is Heather if you want to save. Let's see, Mommy and Danny lip gloss. So I am curious what makes these kid friendly versus like what would make a lip gloss non-kid friendly. I actually don't know. These are available in apple, strawberry, grape, kiwi, watermelon, and orange. Very, very cute. I think these look sweet. I like the idea of the scents. Super adorable. Seems like a really nice price point. So Pat McGrath has a lipstick coming out in collaboration with Marc Jacobs, Beaute. It says 40 years of Marc Jacobs friends. And this says it is going to be a limited edition of Forbidden Love, the ultimate classic red. I don't know if that is a color that Pat McGrath already has in her line. She did just re-release Divine Rose 2 in new packaging. She does release existing products in new packaging quite often. So maybe check if you were not wanting to buy duplicates. If you're just buying it for the packaging though, like I can see why. I think this looks really cool. Not something I'm interested in, but maybe you are. Bosma is releasing new blushes, and I don't know if I want to try these or not. I did buy their stick foundation. I tried a few months ago, and I didn't really get the right like shade for me. I got a great undertone, but it wasn't like deep enough, and I kind of felt like it was more geared for dry skin. But this photo of these blushes, like they just look so pretty, right? It says these are buttery soft buildable cream blush and lip tint. Melt into the skin for a radiant finish in 6 shades. I kind of want to try the brand again. I really think these look beautiful. I kind of like this packaging too, where the lid kind of like slides. I don't know. Is it just the packaging that's pulling me in? I don't know. They look so pretty on the skin. I'm wondering if these will be okay for my oily skin, or if they're going to be too hydrating, you know? I don't know. I'm very intrigued. I kind of want to try it. It says they should be on Sephora now, so I will link to them down below. What often happens is I start like editing the video and doing my description box, and then things just kind of get added to my cart. Let me know, are you intrigued by these? Because I really like the shades they have. It looks like they have some pretty like oranges and pinks and more like muted shades. So that's kind of pulling me into, and a red. I love a red blush. So I have a feeling I'm gonna buy one. Should I? Tell me. Cali Ray is launching color correctors. So I've never tried Cali Ray before, and they've been kind of on my radar. I know their mascara got a ton of hype, so I could be open to this, but they're saying it is a corrector and concealer. I mean, a color corrector is going to conceal things, but normally concealer is more of a skin tone shade, and a corrector is something more like peach, pink, yellow, red, green, purple, you know, to correct, and then you go in with your concealer on top. Although, you know, sometimes I guess you do just color correct. I don't know. I feel like they should have just marketed this as a color corrector. Would have been probably better to name it that, but believe it or not, Cali Ray did not ask me, so I guess it is what it is. It says it is a lightweight serum-like color corrector, illuminator, concealer that brightens and hydrates. So there are cool shades, warm shades, peach undertones, and this is going to be available on the 20th. So I will link it down below. It's on this Sephora site now, so if you wanted to check it out more, read more about it. These definitely look like color correcting shades to me, so maybe you're looking for something like this. Morphe has a new foundation. This is available now. It is the Light Form Extended Hydration Foundation. Weightless, second skin, hydrating, radiant, long wear, sweat-proof, waterproof, buildable, medium coverage, 36 shades, $20 each. Here is where I am tempted. Here's where I'm tempted. Yes, I have oily skin, but sometimes I still want to be glowy, okay? Like, I don't want to be oily looking, but I like to glow from time to time. It got me with the long wear, sweat-proof, waterproof, buildable medium coverage. I love a medium coverage. When something claims to be waterproof, sweat-proof, long wear, that usually means my oils aren't going to break it down. So if the foundation is glowy, but it's not my oil just sitting on top that's making the glow, I like that. So I'm contemplating trying this foundation out. $20 is not a bad price point if it's a good foundation. I could be intrigued. Are you interested in this one at all? I feel like Morphe is not super hyped right now, but the claims of this foundation I am interested in. I'm also intrigued by this release from JCat, and I would love to hear what y'all think, because JCat is not a brand that I'm usually like checking for. So these are the 2-in-1 piece of cake blush and highlighters coming soon. So these are going to be available, and there are 3 shades. So it has like a matte shade and then a glowy shade. So it's like double-sided. I'm intrigued. For $8.99, maybe I could pick up the Morphe foundation, and I could pick up this and see like if we have any like hits at the drugstore. It's crazy to me to think of like a $20 foundation as drugstore, but that it is what it is. I mean, I think the new CoverGirl foundation is like $22, so what do I know? These look pretty though. I like that there's like a matte and glowy blush side, so you can like mix or just wear one or both or whatever. I don't know. Are you intrigued by these? I could be interested in trying it. Dolce & Gabbana is releasing this. Okay, let me start out with the positives. Color from a luxury brand, right? Color. 24-hour long-lasting waterproof eyeliners, $29 each in 7 colorful shades. I like to see that. I already have several of these shades in liquid liner from Hard Candy and from Martine Cosmetics that I'm really enjoying. So I don't know that I need these, but I like to see it, right? Especially in the luxury market. The color story of the palette, I like. The swatches, look pigmented, right? I dare you. $89 multi-finish eye and cheek palette, 12 shades with different finishes. Blues, pink, purple, like enough neutrals to create a neutral look if that's what your heart desires. Color if you want. But why is an $89 palette a keychain for a luxury bag? I get it. Like, listen, busy working professionals out here sometimes got to do your makeup on the go. But if you're doing your makeup on the go, one, have you ever just really thought, if only there were a chain on my palette so I didn't have to put it in my purse, but I could hang it off of my purse? Is that really a desire that you have? A need that you have? And on those occasions where you're like, my bag is too full, but my life is too busy, I must take my palette on the go. Let me clip it on. And in this rush, I'm going to create a full-on eye look. For me, that would either be I don't have time to do any makeup, or maybe I have some time on my commute and it's going to be like a one and done. Why is it a keychain? Honestly, I would have been intrigued to try the formula of this brand. A luxury palette that looks from the swatches to be very pigmented, that looks to have a fun color story with some variety, but you put it so it can clip on a bag. I could hand over $89 for a palette, but not if you're going to cheapen the packaging that much. Let me know what you think, because I'm like, you had me in the first half. But it's like they had 2 different teams of people working on this. Or they were like, sitting there like, you know who likes pink and blue eyeshadow? Really wacky people who would like love to put their palette on their purse, like just so zany. No, Patrick Ta is having new shades in the blush duos and the lip glosses. I like this lip gloss formula. I only have one shade. No, I have 2 shades, and I really enjoy this formula. So he's coming out with 5. What am I saying? 2 things, blush and lip. Okay, 2 new shade expansions. So 3 new blush shades, a soft dusty pink, a soft pink, and a peachy orange. And then 5 new major volume glosses. These are going to be like the rich glosses. They're a little more pigmented. The ones I have are sheer. I really like. These are cute, but I'm not rushing to buy them. All right, y'all, that is all we have to talk about today. I hope that you enjoyed. I would love to hear, what are you interested in? What are you not interested in? Is there anything specifically you would like to see me review here on my channel? I always love hearing from you. I hope whatever you're doing, you're having an amazing day. Please do subscribe. I have lots of videos coming this week, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye!